That practically brings us up to this minute, Fran. You didn't want to go to the Tyrol or Italy, so we came to Vienna instead.
I love Vienna, Sam. It's gay and light-hearted and carefree, not stodgy and dull like Zenith. Oh, when I think of those stupid people and their inane parties, oh, Sam, I'd die there. Here I feel so young and so alive.
And you're still certain that you want a divorce?
Oh, yes, Sam, positive.
Are you sure that Kurt isn't just another Major Lockett or Arnold Islam?
Don't be vulgar, Sam.
It hardly seems possible that just a few hours ago we were on the verge of happiness.
Sam, you don't seem to understand. I want my freedom. You've never known me, Sam. I tell you I'll be happy with Kurt.
You're dead sure that Kurt wants to marry you?
Why, of course he does.
You sure that you can get your divorce here in Vienna?
Kurt says I can.
Well, Fran, I wish you'd promise to wait a few months before you begin the divorce.
Why?
Well, I'd like you to feel absolutely sure about Kurt, that's all.
I am sure. Sam, are you going back to America?
No, not right away. I'll travel around Europe until you get the divorce or
what, Sam?
Or until you and Kurt change your minds.
Oh, we won't change our minds.
Did I remember to tell you today that I adore you?
Because he loved his wife, Sam Dodsworth agreed to allow Fran to divorce him in order that she might marry Kurt von Oberstdorf, an impoverished Austrian baron 10 years her junior. But he didn't give up hoping that she would change her mind and come back to him. At every American Express office in Europe, Sam eagerly asked for mail that would bring a call from Fran. But such a letter never arrived. Then, in the American Express office in Naples, Sam found a new interest in life.
Mr. Dodsworth.
Huh?
Don't you remember me?
Why, of course, Mrs. Courtwright.
Yes, the steamer, Bishop's Light, Paris.
And now Naples. Well, isn't this great?
Where are you staying?
The Excelsior. No, that was Rome last week. No, I think it's the Grand. It usually is.
Let's sit down if you have a moment.
Well, time is something I've got nothing else but.
How's Mrs. Dodsworth? I remember her with so much pleasure.
Well, I haven't got her along with me this trip.
She doesn't like traveling.
Does anybody?
I suspect people travel to get away from themselves.
Well, I've been at it 3 months now. I'm glad to hear why.
Alone?
I'm getting used to it now. All museums look alike to me now.
You knew I lived here in Naples. You might have looked me up.
Well, I kind of got out of the way of looking folks up.
Oh, I don't want to intrude or be impertinent, but I'm sorry.
Well, I guess it's a pretty ordinary story. My wife's younger than I am and livelier. I oughtn't to be undressing in public like this. I never did that before.
You haven't said anything you shouldn't have said. Will you keep on traveling now?
Well, I can't seem to make up my mind about going home. I ought to stay over here and be on hand for the divorce.
Why don't you break away from your hotels, then? Forget about your divorce and move out to Capri near me.
Out to you?
Well, it might be straining our slight acquaintance, and I can't make you as comfortable as your hotel does. But if you like swimming and fishing and a willing listener...
That's awfully kind of you, Mrs. Courtwright, and mighty friendly, but I don't see how I could.
Why not?
Well, what did your neighbors say?
Being Italians, they'd say a good deal.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean it was so, or that I'd have it so, even if you wanted it to be.
Well, all right, thanks. I might stay until I hear something from Fran.
Fran, my mother believes we should postpone our marriage.
Postpone? Kurt,
I did not say postpone, Kurt. Mrs. Dodsworth, I came from the country only this morning. We have not yet had much time for speaking, Kurt and I. I hoped I had made myself clear to him, however, when he asked my permission to marry you.
Baroness, Kurt asked you for permission to marry me.
But of course. And I am so sorry that I cannot give it.
Well, Kurt, I think you might have told me that you Well, that you aren't a free agent.
You don't understand how such things are arranged in our families?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Well, I wanted Mother to see you, Fran. I knew when she saw you, she would think differently.
Well, she doesn't seem to, Kurt. Baroness, you've gone this far. Won't you tell me what you have against me? I love your son, and I'm really a rather nice person.
Your husband is living, Mrs. Dodsworth. You will be divorced.
Yes, but that isn't so serious, is it?
It is most serious to us. But even if there were not the religious question...
What else is there?
Will you leave us, Kurt?
Yes, Mother.
Baroness, go on.
There is the question of children, too.
Children? Oh, yes.
Rich or poor, Kurt should have children to carry on the name. Could you give them to him?
What makes you think I couldn't?
I am so much older than you, my dear. You will forgive me if I observe that you are older than Kurt.
Baroness, children or no children, Kurt loves me and I love him. What is to prevent us from marrying without your permission and taking our happiness?
I should think of my own happiness if I were you, Mrs. Dodsworth.
Oh, but I am thinking of that, Baroness.
Have you thought how little happiness there can be for the old wife of a young husband?
Old? But I'm not old. Kurt!
Yes, Fran?
Kurt, your mother.
Mrs. Dodsworth, I do not think there is more to say. I am sorry if I have hurt you. Goodbye, Mrs. Dodsworth. Kurt?
Well, I'll take Mother to a taxi, Fran, and come
Kurt,
right
what
back.
are you?
Well, I must consider my mother, Fran.
Do you feel no obligation to consider me?
But we can still be married, Fran. I'm sure
Oh,
of that.
no, Kurt, we can't. I'm leaving Vienna at once for Naples.
Oh, Fran, darling, I love you, but my mother's waiting.
Well, Sam's waiting, too, in Naples.
Edith, I've spent 6 short weeks with you here, and I'm a new man again. I can't imagine ever living without you again.
I can't imagine living without you either. I think I must love you a great deal, Sam.
Oh, God bless you for that, Edith. When Fran's divorce comes through, I'm going to buy a plane, and we'll hop off on a little trip. I thought I might get back in harness again. I got an idea. A Moscow to Seattle airline kind of strikes me.
Moscow to Seattle?
Yeah, we'll make a little preliminary survey.
We, Sam?
Here, look at this map. Lay out a route. Pick out landing fields. Here's Moscow.
Yes.
Branch line from Irkutsk to Samarkand. Swell name, Samarkand, eh? Tough going for you, though. Only on one little suitcase. Think you could stand it?
Give me a chance, Sam. Just give me the chance.
Hello? Qui? It's for Signor Dodsworth.
It must be Vienna. Fran's divorce has gone through.
Not Vienna, Signor. Da Napoli. Dal Hotel Excelsior.
Do you know anyone at the Excelsior in Naples, Sam?
No.
La Signora Dodsworth.
Here. Oh, it's Fran. Give me that phone. Hello? Yes, Fran, yes. Yes, this is Sam. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, when are you sailing? Well, I guess I'll have to. No, that's all right. Get the tickets. Goodbye. Kurt's checked her. She's dropping the divorce. Sailing home on the Rex tomorrow. I've got to go with her.
I won't let you.
Well, what else can I do?
I won't let you go back to her.
You don't understand. It'll be pretty tough on her with all the talk there'll be.
I love you. She doesn't. You're content with me. You're miserable with her. A minute ago, you had the whole world in your hands. I won't let her take it away from you.
She's not taking it away.
You were a young man a minute ago. Just the sound of her voice has made you look...
Oh, I can't think.
But you're all wrong to go back, Sam.
Be fair, Edith. She's in a hole. She needs
She
you.
does not need you. And you might think of me.
Oh, I am thinking of you.
No, I won't make you choose between two women. But think of your plans, Sam. Your airline, Moscow and Seattle and Samarkand.
I know, Edith. I know every bit of it. But I've got to take care of her. A man's habits get pretty strong in 20 years.
I see.
It's giving you up that hurts. Yeah, that's what hurts. Well, I'll go pack now.